Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Ashley and I am a homeschooling mom of 4, and today I am going to be showing you guys how we store all of our The Good and the Beautiful homeschooling curriculum. This was one of the videos that you guys have been requesting for me to make, that I'm thankful that you guys requested it because it wasn't on my radar, because I feel like I've shared kind of our storage systems before, but you guys wanted to see specifically how we store our The Good and the Beautiful curriculum. So I'm going to take you guys into my schoolroom and I'm going to walk you around and I'm going to show you how we store every bit of our curriculum, and I hope this video helps you guys. So let's go into my schoolroom. First way that we store our The Good and the Beautiful curriculum are in these plastic bins. We got these at Michael's after the recommendation of my friend. It's a Latchmate with a tray, and I used a Michael's coupon for these, so I highly recommend, if you're looking for them, that you do the same thing. Now, each of my kids has one of these. You guys saw when we moved into our smaller rental house, I needed a way to organize their individual curriculum because previously I had it in IKEA like file holders on top of their desk. Well, we now are moved into our new home and I just love these bins so much that we're going to continue using them. So every kiddo of mine has one of these, and this is what houses all of their curriculum. So anything that is individual to their level, whether that be like the phonics cards, I just put them in Ziploc bags, and we have a mastered and not mastered. The same thing with the geography cards for my older kids. So those go on top, and then inside is all of their curriculum. So she has her typing, her handwriting, her language arts, her reader for her language arts, and her course book down there. So that is how I store each of my kids' individual The Good and the Beautiful curriculum. So I have one over here, I have one over there, and then I have one right there. So my older kids have the geography cards that are in there at the top, like I showed you guys. So that's one of the amazing things about The Good and the Beautiful, is everything you get with it, you are actually using, and there's not a ton of like storage and like crazy different things that you need. You can fit everything really inside those bins. Now, the next part of how I store our The Good and the Beautiful curriculum is found here in this little file organizer. So I like to just have all of the units spiral bound, like you can see this one here, and then there's also that one there. So these are all the different units that we are going to work through this homeschool year. So I keep those kind of separate and here versus like over in my storage cabinet there of curriculum that we're currently not using. So I just like to have it all right there so it's all ready to go. And then right below that is our shelf of books we are going to read this school year. So that is how I organize this bookshelf. So a lot of these are from The Good and the Beautiful library. So I wanted to show you guys that I just have a shelf so that way I can visually see how many books we're reading, which ones we're reading. They're not in any particular order, but I will give them to the appropriate children. So that's how I store the books. And then the last thing that really goes with The Good and the Beautiful that is up here are our art supplies, because as you know, art is, and the markers are not in the right spot. Art is a part of the daily language arts. So we have those very accessible, so my kids can just come over, grab what they need, watercolors, pastels, tons of brushes. Those are all there for them, so that way they're not having to dig into the back of a cabinet to get those, since we do use those at least once a week for sure. Now that is how I store every single thing up in our schoolroom for our The Good and the Beautiful curriculum. But as you guys know, I do a morning basket or morning time type thing where we do our history, which is from The Good and the Beautiful, and that is going to be found downstairs. So now I'm going to take you guys downstairs. Living room, I have this basket that is labeled morning time, and inside it is all of our morning time reading so far. I have not gone to the library and filled it with like our morning basket ideas and themes that I shared with you guys, but you can see we have our Bibles in here, and then we have our Keys of History game that was with our first year of history, and then the Explorers and Settlers that came with year 2. So I like to keep those games in there because we do play them. Now you'll see in here that I just have our The Good and the Beautiful Year 2 Maps and Images book, and then the History course book as well. So that is how I store that, very simply. So we do that as a group, and that's why that is in here. And then I will also put in here our science unit that we're working on. When we're working on a science unit, that'll also be found in there. And then any books that correlate with either of those things will also be found in this basket. So that is how I store that portion of our The Good and the Beautiful. Piece of how we store our The Good and the Beautiful that I want to show you guys is found inside my kids' homeschool binders. I did a whole video on this, but I just want to briefly show you that this is the science folder. So whatever science unit we are on, all of their sheets that they're going to write on will be kept in here, and then when they're completed, placed over here. And then each of my kids also has a folder where if they do any writing or typing assignments that have to do with their language arts, they will put those in here. So that way we don't have papers all over our schoolroom and everything has a spot. So that's how I store that portion of the curriculum that is not found in their bins or in their actual like book of language arts. So I just wanted to show you guys that as well. You guys of how we store this is the timeline that comes with the history year 2. So I went ahead and just set this up on our wall below our whiteboard, and we just use little push pins for the top, and then we also tape the bottom ones on. Now they're laminated, and so that was really nice. So we just store that right on the wall because I just want to have that on display all year. So I think that that is going to be it for how we store our The Good and the Beautiful curriculum. I hope this gives you some good storage ideas. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed seeing this, and I will see you guys in my next video.